Okay, I just need to talk about this. So there was this new nurse that came in at work. She's younger than me by a bit. Um, I don't know, like I wasn't like super attracted to her, like physically per se, but like I was attracted to her personality like a ton, right? Like 2 months ago, we would work on the same unit together, and like I don't know, it was so nice. It had been like a year and a half since I found somebody that was like me. I mean, we like hit it off. Like we couldn't stop talking. She's a very rational person, and I'm kind of a kind of like an idealist type of thing. And we just we just instant karma. Like it's just amazing. And last week we'd start hanging out. I mean, it was just so good, so good. But then, I think God has the right timing with things because there was another kid that was similar to me, younger, totally matched with her by looks, right? You know? They totally were like good, right? Perfect together type of thing. They started dating like 2 weeks ago, just at the same time when we were starting to hang out, like develop like a decent friendship. And I'm not talking like romantic friendship. Like I do better with girls. Like I get them. I can just sit down, we can talk for hours. It's just not the same with guys. I'll talk a bit more about it that later. Another day. But like same exact time, right? And then I'm sitting with this girl and we're just having the best night, just talking about like philosophy, about life. And we do talk about her, this new guy in her life. It's kind of very similar to me. He's younger though. Oh gosh. Like I said, a, a good match in the sense that they're like the same age and they can be boyfriend and girlfriend and probably get married and have kids. But like how disappointing and lonely that was. I had to tell her because they just started dating. Like we can't hang out, anymore, which was so sad. I remember I remember crying for like an hour that night because I like had to let her go in a sense that you know the girls just can't go over to guys' houses and just hang out even if they're good friends, especially if they're in a relationship. And it dawned on me that I would just be lonely forever, of course. But it's harder than that. It's harder to realize that that's probably really, truly true. And you have to like settle into that fact. I kind of had a thought even 2 weeks before that it was going to end like that, that I would be alone, right? And the timing of things is just like so perfect. Am I glad that I didn't get invested more? For sure. I mean, but it was enough that I like lost a good potential best friend in like a matter of days. Like, of course she's better off. Of course it was the right thing to do, but it's hard. It's hard being friends with the opposite sex because of that. It's very depressing and very lonely, especially with like I'm attracted to girls, for sure. Like that's my attraction. And so it's hard to have that be able to be like, platonic friends with somebody that when you're not in a relationship or married yourself. It's hard to say goodbye to that. Like, I don't know. That was right before Christmas. And I had my boys on Christmas, my little flappers, my little two guys. And it was good. I was able to have them for a few hours, but man, after the high and the thrill and the exhaustion of having them for that long, going back to nothing was so sad. It was a rough night. Called my other family members, But I was on call that night. I couldn't go see anyone. I had to be close to my location so that I could answer. I could answer calls. I think earlier Christmas morning I had a death call too. And I had to go prepare the body and get everything ready for the mortuary. Man, it was just a terrible day. I hate these days. And I hate talking about it. And I hate being lonely. I'm sure we'll talk about loneliness a lot. But I don't know. Like, it's hard to accept that it's better for you, And, people might say, like, oh, you're just got out of a divorce, never say never and all that. But when you're ADHD, like, sometimes that stimulation of a relationship is too overwhelming for you. It's just too much. And then you start doing things that might sabotage that relationship. Maybe it's an addiction. Maybe it's anything. Maybe you go play video games to get away. Whatever it is to pull you away from the everyday, constant attention, makes you do things that you regret, that aren't healthy. So, anyways, I think we should stop there today. It's a good place. I don't want to get too sad. Thanks, Dr. Rivers. I'll talk to you later. Bye.